You don't want the truth. Not really. You say you do. You romanticize it. You post quotes about it. But when it stands in front of you, cold and unmoving, you flinch. You look away. You negotiate with it, like a coward bargaining for one more illusion. And that is where your decay begins. Not in failure, not in loss, but in the quiet, repeated decision to lie to yourself while calling it hope. Let me be precise, because softness will only poison this. Your life is not the result of bad luck, bad timing, or some invisible conspiracy. It is the direct, predictable consequence of the stories you chose to believe. When reality became inconvenient, you built a shelter out of excuses, decorated it with false optimism, and called it survival. It isn't survival. It's slow self-destruction, dressed in comforting language. And the most dangerous part? You've trained yourself to feel safe inside it. There is a particular kind of rot that only grows in people who refuse to see clearly. It doesn't scream. It doesn't collapse everything at once. It whispers. It delays. It tells you, not yet. Later. You still have time. And you listen, because the truth demands something brutal. Change without negotiation. Reality does not care about your comfort. It does not adjust to your emotional state. It does not wait for you to be ready. It simply exists. Sharp, indifferent, exact. And every second you spend pretending otherwise, it compounds interest against you. You think you're buying time. You're accumulating consequences. There was a man once who understood this with terrifying clarity. Not as philosophy, but as a weapon. He saw that most people would rather be comforted than be correct. And so he concluded something most people are too weak to accept. Illusion is not harmless. It is lethal. Because illusion delays action, and delayed action is the architect of regret. You see his logic every single day. The employee who knows they are replaceable but clings to false security. The lover who senses betrayal but chooses denial. The dreamer who insists they are on their way while doing nothing. These are not victims of circumstance. They are victims of avoidance, and avoidance is always a choice. You avoid reality because reality forces a decision. If something is broken, you must fix it or leave it. No middle ground. If you are weak, you must train or accept insignificance. So you escape into lighter narratives. It will work out. They will change. I'll start tomorrow. You repeat these phrases not because they are true, but because they sedate you. And here is the part you won't like. The longer you stay in illusion, the more violently reality will correct you. It waits silently while you dig deeper into denial, then collapses everything at once. The relationship ends. The opportunity disappears. The body breaks. Time runs out. You call this misfortune. It is not. It is accumulated avoidance. There is a certain cruelty in truth, but it is an honest cruelty. Illusion, on the other hand, is a slow poison. It numbs you while it spreads. By the time you feel the pain, it is no longer a warning. It is a consequence. You want to become untouchable? Then understand this. Clarity is your only protection. Not positivity, not motivation. Clarity, the ability to see things exactly as they are. Most people are not afraid of failure. They are afraid of identity collapse, so they lie. Not once, but continuously. They construct a version of reality that protects who they are, even when who they are is the problem. Reality is patient. It does not argue. It simply waits for your illusions to fail. And they always fail. There is a moment, subtle but decisive, where a person either wakes up or sinks permanently into self-deception. If you face it fully, without flinching, you gain immediate power. Your path becomes brutally simple. Hard, yes, but clear. If you reject that moment, you enter a dangerous loop. You start managing perception instead of reality. And slowly, you lose the ability to distinguish truth from narrative. People who live in illusion become predictable, manipulable, weak. Your illusion becomes the handle by which the world moves you. This is why clarity is not just self-improvement, it is defense. When you see reality without distortion, you become very difficult to manipulate. You stop needing validation. You stop chasing false opportunities. You stop tolerating disrespect. There is no romance in this. No uplifting message, just a cold, stabilizing truth. Your life improves the moment you stop lying to yourself. Not when you feel ready. Not when conditions are perfect. Only when you decide that discomfort is preferable to delusion. Most people will never make that decision. They will continue decorating their cages, calling them homes. But you are standing at a threshold. You can continue refining your excuses, becoming more comfortable while everything erodes. Or you can do something rare. You can look directly at your life, without filters, without mercy, and say, this is what it is. Not what it should be, not what it could be, what it is. And then, from that position, you act immediately, decisively. Ignore your emotions. They are not designed for accuracy. They are designed for survival. And survival often prefers illusion over clarity. You are not trying to merely survive, are you? Survival is passive. Power is different. Power chooses. Power cuts. Power shapes reality. And power begins with one ruthless habit: telling yourself the truth, especially when it costs you something. In that moment, when you strip away every excuse, you are left with absolute clarity. And clarity, once accepted, is irreversible. You cannot unsee what you have seen. From that point forward, every decision becomes sharper, faster, cleaner. You stop drifting. You start directing. Not because life becomes easier, but because you are aligned with reality. And that alignment is what makes you dangerous in the quietest way possible. No noise, no display, just precision, just movement, just results. So accept this without softening it. The longer you cling to illusion, the more it will cost you. Or you can choose the other path, the colder one, the harder one, the one that demands everything up front but gives you something real in return. Control. Not over everything, but over yourself. And that is the only control that ever mattered. Accept reality brutally.